This video will demonstrate how to utilize the Great Lakes Watershed Management System's reporting functionality to develop a report for the Improving Stream Habitat in the Maple River Watershed Project. This is a report that you would include in an application for funding as part of an application for conservation through the program. To do so, you need to log into your account, which I'll do now. And I'm going to first click on the My Projects link just to show that I have projects with simulations saved within them that I could utilize to generate a report for. And you can either generate a report for a single simulation or for multiple simulations, and I'll demonstrate the results of both. But you start by clicking on the Reports button here, and it'll ask you to specify the simulation or simulations you want to include in a project. And you can filter them by project, and you can select one, or you can shift select to include more than one. We'll do one for now, and you click Build Report. And it takes a little bit of time to generate the report, but eventually, once one's produced, it'll be available with a link here for you to click on and download. It will also email a copy of the report to your account, the email account associated with your login here. And I should note that those emails include links, not attachments of the reports, and those links are only good for 48 hours. So once you get that email, you should download the report and save it locally to your computer for safekeeping. Otherwise, those links may go away over time. So there's a link here to download the report, and this is just for a single field. I have these already saved in my computer, so I'll just quickly open them up. The contents of a report include the date that it was run and your name, the name of the simulation, basic location information, the modeled results for recharge and sediment loading, and then it'll give you the program priority rating. So these are the scores that you might see within the system itself if you were running it one field at a time and interacting with it, but it'll give you how you scored, whether the groundwater recharge criteria was utilized or the sediment loading criteria was utilized, and it'll give you an explanation for why a particular criteria was specified. And then it will show you the options you selected in the survey, and it'll also include a map showing where within the watershed, the Maple River watershed you are, and a map of the field that you had drawn. So this is the case for one scenario. If I'd included multiple scenarios when I selected Build Report, I'd get a slightly different one. So this one is if I had selected both of these scenarios to include in the report. And what I get is slightly different in that I have the total field acres between the two scenarios, or the two fields that I'd selected. In this case, this scenario had one scenario for each field. So this is the result of two fields. And my results are cumulative. So instead of the recharge results for one field, this is the total recharge results across the two fields or the two simulations that I'd selected. Same for the sediment loading. And I get my program priority ratings. Again, these are cumulative results based off of the results across the two fields that I'd selected. And it gives me the explanation why. The one thing that's different than the previous report, which was just for a single field, is the report will include a field-by-field breakdown of how each individual field scored. Now, again, the total result isn't just some area-weighted average. It treats the two fields cumulatively, and the points shown here would be the total amount of points for the application. But if you were curious how each field contributed, you could see that here. You could imagine a scenario in which you had 20 fields, this type of report, similar to the batch simulation, which was shown in an earlier tutorial video, could help you identify which fields might be dragging down the competitiveness of a particular application, and you could rerun scenarios by removing those fields, but it provides that here. And then the last field is a map. The last page, I should say, is a map that has the fields that I included, or the simulations that I included in this particular report. And so, again, this would be emailed to you for you to store on your computer, and this is the report that you could provide as documentation of your modeled results in the Great Lakes Watershed Management System as part of an application for funding.